Good morning from the Pleasure Beach Resort. Yes, we are back again for the 5th time in around 2 weeks. At this point, Blackpool might as well put me on their payroll. I do feel like one of those fanboys that is here to sing their praises and nothing else, but be assured that's not the case. We're actually here today because it's a very special day indeed. We're here for the behind the scenes event. From what I've heard, you are actually allowed to film in there. So if that's the case, we'll have plenty of footage taken by the beautiful Luci herself. And afterwards, we will review it to let you know everything that you can do and everything that you get to do in the behind the scenes event. So let's go. Okay, so we're in the Hiram Maxim flying machine, or underneath it. He's a bit of an interesting character if you Google him online. He's got quite an interesting story to tell, and he is actually a sir, even though he's technically an American, but he was the inventor of this ride. And the reason he's a sir and got a knighthood is for his contribution to firearms. Well, the reason why these rides exist is because he actually invented a machine gun, the first portable machine gun. He also invented the mousetrap. I said it was interesting. Ours dates back to 1904. It's the only one left of its kind now operating, and we think it's the longest operating ride in Europe.
With 56 horses, we can hold 112 guests at any one time. If you see the different horses around the outside, does anyone know where that horses are from?
Carousel?
No, you're not far off. Actually, the original horses from the steeplechase ride.
Oh.
They were the very first horses we had. Obviously, they've been refabricated now, so they look slightly different. We didn't want to get rid of them, so they've obviously been put there just for people to have a nice little gaze at. So you can obviously pass that on to your friends who don't know where they're from. We are going to go underneath.
This is the maintenance room. Obviously our maintenance guys come in here before they go downstairs and do what checks they need to do. We have a vital piece of equipment here that we have for ride operators, okay, and that is that one there. That's your main lock-off point, so you can see the green padlock on it. That means obviously this ride is isolated, and the reason we isolate it at the moment while we're downstairs is that nobody can come up and start this ride while we're downstairs.
And then they went to this, yeah.
Lots of wheels.
Lots of wheels.
Lots of wheels, lots of
There
pulleys.
is a square cut out of the wall just there. Anybody have any idea what that's for? No, just here. That is for engineers to crawl through to get inside. There's actually one just after it as well, which is a little bit smaller. So they have to crawl through to get to the middle to do the maintenance.
Is there any of them which still go forward and backwards?
What, sorry?
Is there any of them which still go forward and backwards in the world?
The other two do,
Other two.
yeah.
The other two
It's
do.
just this one that doesn't.
We
Yeah.
don't, because it got problematic, so
Yeah.
it was just easier just to keep it as it was.
Yeah.
The answer is no, because it is blocked off. I mean, you can give it a spoon and try and get through to the tower if you want.
absolutely.
I won't be going there. Particularly. Yeah, because it's a bit easy because it does go onto my side a bit more, the other ones do go block lines.
Okay, guys, let's touch your head. Some more points here. It's outside now, ready for these. One upstairs as well.
Dave's going to give you a nice little hat to wear.
Change my name to Dave.
Right, Dave.
A couple of cool things to notice in here. So this is where we store the trains. You can see that we have got 3 trains, although the other train's in bits. So if you were wondering where the Enzo train is at the moment, it's because we're doing some work on it, and it will be coming back later this season. Okay. When the trains are in here, they're not sat on track. You can see that there's this weird piece of track where they join the track at one end. They're actually sat on little casters on this section, and that's basically to make sure that the wheel assembly, when we go underneath, is fully accessible, and you will see in a second what that's like. So it means our engineers can get full access to a whole wheel assembly if they need to change a wheel, so on. That's all easy because there's no track there.
Dream that.
Yeah, I mean, this is compared to other, like the way that we put the trains on the big one, it's a lot more complicated because they're stacked vertically there. And we've got 3 levels, including the level in the station. There's 2 below. So if you need, the bottom one is called the pit. We do actually have 3 trains still for the big one. Say you had a train in the pit and you wanted to put it onto the running track, you've got the reason the building is so skinny and tall is because the whole thing lifts up to get it into line. And on that one, it's all suspended on giant cables. So it's a lot more problematic than putting a train on icon. So our engineers love this ride for that reason. It's much more straightforward. Yeah. All right. So let's go and have a look underneath. There you go, just watch your heads, guys, obviously. And feel free to have a little wander. One train at the bottom of the lift. When the other train comes in, you'll see them doing a wheel check, and that's for that reason. Because it's actually really easy to change a wheel, which is really expensive as well. So imagine how much each thing costs. A wheel on its own is usually about 800 quid. So it's an expensive business. The other cool thing that you can see under here is the magnets. So you can see the blue and red strips that are going under the car under here, because this is an LSM launch. The stators on the track, the white part is the old straight piece of the track. We're putting an electrical charge through them, and then they're interacting with these magnets on the base of the track. So, you know, when you try and push 2 magnets together and repel, basically that electrical charge is making sure that the train is being repelled forward down the launch get up to 50 miles an hour in 2 seconds. And it's right that the lights charge when the train's in the station. Yeah, so every time it's come down its park and it's being loaded, it's recharging after the next load. Yeah. All right. So we're going to head over this way. Oh, sorry. One thing I did want to point out. Does anyone know what that funny piece of red track there's for? So, can you imagine if we, in the event that we had Enzo, we had the back car of the train with 4 seats. We decided we wanted the Enzo car instead, so we needed to get that car out. How are we going to do that? Well, we put it onto that, it goes on the doors at the end though, when we have a crane that gets parked outside the big dipper, and we can take it out on those, send it off to Germany. They can take the 4 seats off, replace them all, put the 2 seats on the new spinning seats back in, send it back to us, and we can get it back into this building first in the process. That's cool. Which is something, when we're effectively in a big pit here, surrounded by lots of other stuff, it just makes it a lot easier to do that process. Alright? Let's head over here. Watch your heads, guys. And if anyone wants to take a picture under, it's quite cool under the brake rather than having to take a picture.
Okay guys, so we will be going up the far side of the Revolution. Okay, so the ones that don't want to go, the ones there. Very low.
Wow. We're not on the top of Rev. Jesus. Not scared, not scared. Sorry if I'm ruining your vlog. But not scared.
Exactly what their guys doing there on the far side, this one, and obviously on the main side. Obviously it's had a repaint, obviously since 1990 it was iron blue. So repainted now, so it's all nice and grey. Orange. Does anyone know what speed it can go at when it launches? Average up to 45-ish, 45 miles an hour. And then when you see the red arrows come, this is where we stand. So you get a nice view for the red arrows on this side. 2 years ago. That's more than fine. You've got it from all angles, I don't mind.
Oh, it's in my hands in my pockets.
Oh, he's swaying. Oh.
Right, so that is it for the behind the scenes tour here at Pleasure Beach Resort. Now, it was Lucy that went on it, I didn't go on it. I have seen the footage and she has told me about it. It sounds amazing. Bear in mind, this cost £35, but they got to go underneath Icon and see all of the station and the ride vehicles. They got to go on top of Revolution, into the flying machines, various other things. What were your favourite part?
Favourite part, probably you get to go under Icon. All of us do just so much. There was just so much. Definitely Icon was my favourite. You got to walk to the top of the other side of the Revolution. You got to go under the flying machines. You got to go a little bit backstage, which unfortunately I can't tell you a lot about that.
Yes, embargo.
Quite secretive behind there. You got to go under the tunnels and the ghost train and
behind the scenes of like Journey to Hell. So
Yes.
it was still set up for the Journey to Hell experience, and you got to walk through all of that. You got coffee and cake at the end of it, but not only that, somewhere in Luci's bag, you actually got a little treat as well. You got a little postcard.
behind the scenes exclusive postcard. Own part.
You got a wheel bearing, which I believe it's a wheel bearing from the big one.
From the big one.
Now, £35. This is an event which I didn't go on it, but I've seen the footage. Luci's told me about it. This rivals the behind the scenes Nemesis experience. You got to go multiple areas backstage. You get a ride part, you get fed, you get watered, and it lasted around 2 hours 45 minutes before they all came out. This was a fantastic experience, and from what they were saying, this is just the start of it. It's kind of a tester for further experiences and events going forward, and I'm really excited to see what they do because this looked phenomenal. I hope you enjoyed it. You enjoy it?
Fantastic.
Definitely worth the price?
Definitely worth the price.
Fantastic. So if you've liked the video, by all means smash the like button, and if you want to see more stuff like this in the future, then smash that subscribe button as well, and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.